What's good, everybody? It's your boy DJ Av, and I am here today to check in with y'all. We're going to talk about the most inspirational producers that I like. Maybe talk about what other people think are overrated producers. However, this is something that I don't believe in, because I don't believe there's any overrated producers. If you're a producer and you get any credit in anything in music, you have pretty much earned it and deserve your right to be respected. All right, but anyways, we're going to talk about my underrated producers that I feel are amazing, have influenced the culture of music in general, and not just hip hop. But yeah. All right, and I have a list I'm grabbing. So if I dip my head, yes, I'm grabbing the list because I did not rehearse this. Now, the first person on my list, and I will say this is my number one, would be Koji. Now, Koji is a composer for Nintendo. Yes, I said it. A composer for Nintendo. He composed the Super Mario Brothers series, basically the NES series 1 to 3. So, yeah, I can say right now that there are tons of producers, tons of music producers in every genre that has touched and played that game and probably enjoys that music and has been influenced by it. Me personally, I have been very influenced by that. That's probably one of the main reasons why I enjoy, like, and want to do music on a high scale, on a high level. He has also done the music for Mike Tyson Punch-Out and Zelda. Also great games, classics. I mean, yeah. So if I was ever to do music for a video game, I would probably take it so serious. All right, now the next person I have as somebody that's underrated, that is an inspiration to what I do, is DJ Magic Mike. DJ Magic Mike is a producer DJ that was famous for putting out a lot of bass tapes in the late 80s and to the early 90s. And he's still a great DJ to present day, represents Orlando, Florida. I could tell you right now, as a kid, the first joint I heard was Bass is the Name of the Game, and it changed the way I wanted to do music, and is a huge influence because I cannot stay away from 808s. I don't care how popular 808 music gets, because this is where I stand, and I will stand here into the test of time. I like bass. I like bass, and I like bass in its all forms, even if it's natural bass, like a guitar bass, from electronic bass. Yeah, and DJ Magic Mike is inspiration to a lot of stuff that EDM people do now, and he actually set the bar. And unlike a lot of the EDM DJs, which I've already talked about, he's done it with probably one or two MCs on his albums, and not just massive features either. Just homeboys are from around the way. Anyways, my next one, since we're talking about EDM, a cat that's probably done so much more for EDM than that EDM has embraced him for, and that's Deadmau5. Deadmau5 has been around for a while. I was always a Deadmau5 fan since the early 2000s when he was on the MIRC chats, just talking and popping off, and had great music. And he actually was a huge contributor to a lot of electronic music. And early on he had a demo in FL Studio or Fruity Loops that was amazing. And I mean, the rest is history. I mean, I think he deserves all of what he gets, but he's very underrated to this day. And yes, a lot of people say that dubstep and blah blah blah, Complextro, or however you say it, Complextro was DJ a Skrillex thing. Deadmau5 was doing that first. Anyways, next, Shawty Red. Shawty Red is one of my favorites, and I actually got to work with him on a few projects that didn't do well, but you know, it was just the fact that I got to work with him and got to see what he do, and he actually influenced me to do music back then to what people call trap now. which, I believe that trap music. I'm going to talk about that too, about the real meaning of trap music and the history of trap music, because trap music doesn't mean like, oh, you put an 808 this and you do that and you swing the drum this way and you have it at 130, 145 BPM and that's a trap beat. No, a trap beat can be anything when you have a trap artist on the beat. And Shawty Redd, for that matter, is a trap producer. However, that style that everybody is on right now, from wherever you be all around the globe, was started from Shawty Redd, DJ Paul, and Drummer Boy. Take it how you want it. But those cats were the huge facilitators of that. And Shawty Redd is my personal favorite because he's from Atlanta, so I'm biased. Next, another biased pick from me. But however, I believe they are underrated because they have done a lot for hip hop, and that would be Organized Noise. I've had the opportunity to work with Rico Wade and Mark and a couple other cats from the camp that I got to hang around and just embrace the sound and the music and the camaraderie of the Dungeon family in general. And they're amazing. And it's sad because now I don't think people would appreciate that. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't think people to this day, like the younger cats, don't appreciate an Organized Noise for being different, for being just being pioneers to embracing funk and hip hop. Anyways, we're gonna go on next. And this one is going to be a shocker to a lot of people because y'all are going to have to Wikipedia it. But me personally, I knew this because of my father being the musician he was. It's Barry White. Barry White has single-handedly influenced my music in general. And Barry White is a producer. Barry White had a group called Love Unlimited Orchestra, which also was a singing group, which he turned into, I guess years down the line, he was like, hey man, I'm just going to sing myself. Not a problem. I think I'm going to take that route as being an artist, mainly on an instrumental level. So I'm going to be more of an instrumentalist. And that's what Love Unlimited Orchestra was. There was an instrumental group. It put out some bangers. And what some A&Rs now obviously call dated stuff. I don't know how these cats get these jobs, yo. But made fantastic records. Just fantastic records. Been sampled by so many people. And still has a lot of great stuff out there that's undiscovered, underappreciated. And he was a producer on that. And another one of my honorable mentions, I just gonna say is honorable mention, but I'm just gonna stretch it out because I didn't really have a top 5. I have a top 6. And that's James Brown. He's a producer. Just check the JBs. The record, The Grunt, basically is what Chic's Good Time was to the Sugar Hill Gang. The Grunt, amazing record. First record I believe I heard sample it was, I hate this, I don't want to say it wrong because I love Public Enemy, but Return of the Bassheads, and they sampled The Grunt, and that record has so much hot stuff. And also DJ Magic Mike sampled The Grunt too as well, in his joint on the basic name of the game called Yo. That just lets you know right there. It went from north to south, and it had the same impact, if not more. And that record, The Grunt, that James Brown produced, which he also played a mean organ. He played a mean organ, which a lot of people were probably going to find out in the movie. Sadly enough, that people don't care about stuff until it's in the movie. But yeah, like he was just such a great motivation to me. And also another Georgia boy, Augusta, Georgia. I gotta have him on there. Anyways, yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, that's my underrated producers. Hopefully I take too long on y'all because I know a lot of people's attention spans are like yay small, and if I don't have an ass slapping in the back, or I'm not you know what I'm saying, doing something stupid or punching somebody, you know, it's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. But hopefully, you guys that actually stuck it with me, appreciate it. I appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all like it and subscribe.